Avi stared blankly at the man, and then she dug her bare heels into the earthen floor of his cabin. Brayd was already 2 steps toward the back door, but he jerked to a stop when he realized she was no longer shadowing him. "No." Her jaw set in determination, and the man's eyes grew wild. "You must," he insisted. I cannot keep you safe, not from them." "Then you cannot protect the key." She gathered the book to her chest with one arm, while the other stretched out with her hand open, expectantly. For all his mystery, the man could not hide the shifting darkness behind his eyes, nor the anger that fueled it. "You risk everything. Get out." "You want me to leave? Give me the key." Avi took a step towards him, and he retreated back. A massive hand fell over the pocket protectively, and he shook his head mutely. "Avi!" Brayd began to protest with a hand on her shoulder, tugging her back to him, away from the reluctant host. She shrugged him off and stood her ground, amber eyes focused entirely on the bearded stranger. Through the thick pane glass of the windows a light was growing, faint and orange, beckoning to her like the flames of a familiar hearth fire. The hinges of the door began to rattle and glow, the wood beneath them hissing as thin tendrils of smoke began to rise from their surface. "The key," Avi pressed, "or we all die, here and now." They stood there, locked in their baleful stares, until the light outside blossomed into actual flames, licking up the side of the cabin, beneath the door frame and through the cracks in the window panes. "I'll keep them here as long as possible." The key dropped into her hand. She turned from him and ran to the back door where Brayd waited. Behind her there was a screech of angry iron as the hinges were ripped from their seating, the door flying to crash against the opposite wall. The bearded man gave a wild roar, and Avi glanced back only once as Brayd pulled her out into the darkness of the forest behind the cabin. The man's body was twisting and growing, while his skin grew mottled with shadows. No, not shadows, scales.